all this, like you have to also think on the other side, right? Why it's probably going to continue and why it's probably considered okay over there. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, true. I mean, I totally agree. Maybe we should just start from the top since now everyone's in the call.
Yeah.
Hey.
So
Hello.
Hello.
Holy
I
shit.
was gonna ask what was being talked about.
Oh, we were talking about the whole Castrus passive, but maybe we should just start from the top about everything about the Honkai Star live stream. So this was the anniversary live stream, which is obviously a huge deal. Every single game that has an anniversary live stream, you're expecting like free stuff, maybe cool future updates, all that kind of stuff. So maybe we should just start with the good of the patch, right? And then we can talk about what we think is bad about it.
Okay.
But I think most of us can agree, good free stuff. Let's see, 30 free polls, free 5-star between what were the two characters? It was Ron May and Luocha.
Really
Luocha.
Yeah, which I mean, those are probably not people's first choice, but hey, free stuff, always great. Then they also said there would be a new free character this year that's a 5-star. So like Dr. Ratio.
Oh, I missed that. I didn't hear that. Okay.
Yeah.
Other good things, they said they're going to add more cutscenes to story, and also they're going to try and fill in the holes, I guess, of story that didn't quite hit. Starting in 3.8, they're going to add like I guess side stories to cover up some of the other stuff, and those are kind of the big things that are good, right? Oh, and when you lose 50-50, you can now select 3 of those characters that you would normally get to be what is it, Blade, Sela, and Fushuan. Did I cover everything?
I think that's the Annie stuff, yeah.
Oh no! Yeah. Wait, you mentioned the 5-star select thingy, right? Between Rame, Luocha, and all. Yeah.
Bob Sleepy.
Someone said that you could save the item for the next time there's characters in the store. I don't know if that's like
Yeah,
like
it doesn't expire.
It doesn't expire. You can wait until Ruame.
They're gonna add more characters in the store.
Oh yeah. I totally forgot. They're also adding that like dupe shop thing, kind of like fake brand orders USOs. And I think you can get some for free from story. But I mean, I'll just start from like the top and ask everyone's opinion, I guess, on this. I guess I'm just gonna start this discussion. I don't know why I am, but top left, box.
Bro, you are the Honkai Star guy now, bro.
Gacha Cast guy, okay? So box, you start. What did you think about the live stream? Just like give everyone's impressions.
Yeah, I think looking back now, like rewards are pretty good, but the content, it seems like there's not actual like much gameplay going on. Like I like the PvP event. I think every time they do something like PvP events, I think that's always really fun. But they have like how much events? Like they had damn, I can't really name any other ones, bro. It's I already forgot them. One damn, fuck. Is that it?
Okay. Well, so basically it didn't make that much of an impact on you. So
yeah, the other ones didn't really make too much of an impact. I forgot them already. I think a very big thing is the cutscenes thing. I think that's gonna be like huge because that's like, I feel like one of the main problems of Honkai Star right now is that they have an absurdly long story, but like nothing to keep the players like interested in it, or like nothing to, you know, just keep them playing the story. It's just a bunch of
totally understandable. Yep. Now, Sweetly, what do you think? You're up next.
I felt like they speed ran the last part really quickly. We were watching and then everybody was like, wait, is that it? And then in the last like 5 minutes, they like info dumped hard on everyone. I feel like they could have slowed down a little bit and like gone over what the things were. And then they barely touched on the Castrus passive that I know a lot of people that you guys are probably discussing. I feel like they could have, but that means that they also know that it's not going to be received favorably in some regions, at least. I feel like they could have at least explained that, like, is it a one-off thing? Is it just Castrus? Is it going to be like a thing for characters moving forward? Because I think a lot of people are also concerned slightly.
No, I think
like, are all the characters going to have global passives now?
I think the main reason they just like went like quickly over is because it's probably literally like not an issue in China.
It is kind of a small thing, I guess.
Yeah.
That could be if they're just casually mentioned it. And
like,
then
I'm not gonna lie, even if all of the West rallied and like rioted, that like makes up for like what 20% of the player base or less. So
Yeah.
Do you think? Wait, do you really think like all of the West is like 20% of the player base? Is it that different?
Well, maybe 20% of the revenue.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely less than 20% of the revenue.
I feel like there's a pretty big Western audience for this game.
I
Maybe-
don't think so. I don't think you know how big China alone is.
Oh, wait.
before you include the rest of Asia.
We can discuss this, but let's just go in order. Real
I think
quick.
the other
anything else,
thing
Lily?
that was interesting was it feels like they're like unleashing the power for people to swipe hard on this game.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
with the top up
Yeah.
events and the fact that you can convert like every one golden like token can convert to 2 variable dice. Theoretically, if you're like a mega whale for the price of one 5-star, you can re-roll your relics once. Like you can technically go infinite with that. So like people with, let's say, like a ton of money could potentially like spend to their heart's content and get some value out of it. So it is like, the system did make me think about like the more, like slightly more predatory games where you can swipe hard. But here, like we don't have PvP, so it's more acceptable, I guess. Because like people won't complain as much. I feel like it will be a bit problematic.
I think they do have a spending event or something that they're also doing during the anniversary. Like the more you spend, you get other free things along with it. So they're really promoting a lot of that. I think I would totally agree with that. Just like a lot of different systems related to money.
Yeah, so for people to spend, to incentivize people to swipe more on the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess Brax, you're up next.
Am I? Oh, I thought I muted myself. Okay, I'm good. So yeah, I know. I feel like what was the question again? I completely forgot.
Just your thoughts on the live stream and what they added, basically. Just
it's more or less the same thing plus anniversary rewards. Like nothing really changed. They did make some big announcements for the future of the game, which I think are cool, but I think I would personally like to see like the anniversary. Hey, this is changing now, not hey, this is changing in 4 patches.
Yeah.
I think that the rewards that they announced were like really good. Actually, I think that this year, hopefully, people won't have like huge issues with it. Because I personally feel like free Ron May or Lecha or a free character, whatever those characters rotate out, is good. Even like E1 for Ron May and Lecha are both like decent, right? So even if you already have the characters, it's not really useless. And then they also, if you get an idol on, I think they said you get like another item to spend in the shop as well. I think changing out the standard banner, not standard banner, the 50/50 lost characters is really good too. I think the characters they have available for it aren't great, but hopefully that'll change in the future. And it won't just be like Zilla, Blade, and Fushuan. Yeah, I definitely notice what Sweetly was saying though. I think there's a lot of focus on monetizing the game right now, which feels, I mean, it's a gacha game. So at the end of the day, obviously they're going to put like a ton of effort into like making as much money as possible. But it's strange that it kind of feels like there's been a whole shift in like the attitude of the game. And it's not even just HSR. Kind of all the Hoyoverse games I feel like recently have had this huge shift towards making a shit ton of money off the cash shop. And this event is like, it's like a spending event, which I know is pretty popular in China. I know that a lot of gacha games have like spending events where you get just like tons of bonuses for it. But it kind of feels like they're trying to like be like, hey, this is a spending event, but like we're not going to call it that, right? We're celebrating, and if you spend $200, you get an extra token.
Guys, double top up bonus. We're bringing it back. This is hype. Yeah, and then all these other kind of payment related things. That's true. Yeah, that's pretty much what Swilly was talking about as well, right?
Yeah. So I think, I don't know. Ultimately, I feel like the live stream itself, like if we ignore the caster's passive, I feel like it was fine. I think that anniversary rewards, which is the thing that a lot of people seem to be concerned with every year, are fine. I just really don't, again, I don't like the precedent of the caster's passive. And I also just don't really like that, like, oh, we just got like story. There's no touching up on like any of the end game modes. There's nothing like super revolutionary this patch.
I like how they addressed the buffs at least, because people were asking like, well, they mentioned buffing the older characters, and then we haven't heard that in like 2 patches. At least we got some solid like actual data or actual info that Blade, Kafka, Silverwolf, and Jingliu is getting buffed, and then 3.4.
And
So I
they
guess
come out
that's
and they
we
suck.
should look forward to see how like the president for how they're buffed. Like I guess we'll see.
Surely Silverwolf will be able to beat Anaxa, who had
Yeah,
7
yeah.
buffs at the same time. Surely,
7 weakness is
7
crazy.
weakness
Oh,
breaks.
sure. I suppose we'll have to see.
Oh yeah, dude. I was super confused about the Anaxa stuff too because I actually hadn't looked at any. I hadn't had any dreams or anything. I go in there and I'm like, why the fuck does that guy have 7 weaknesses?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, so that's.
I guess next would be Fob.
Live stream was I think it was just an average live stream, but for an anniversary live stream it was disappointing because Dawei didn't show up. Right. 'Cause I was memeing. I was like,
I wonder why. I wonder why. I thought he always shows up to the
yeah,
anniversary.
he shows up
live.
for every anniversary
Everyone,
stream.
yeah.
Like
He
the
was
first
so
person we see.
disappointed.
Time.
He didn't even show up.
He abandoned
He was
this game.
upset with
I wonder why.
I missed
Abandoned
Aoi.
his own
I
one.
miss yeah. I miss
Yeah,
Oh, he's
I
showing
don't
at
know.
Poke's house. That's why he couldn't show up.
Oh yeah, true, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that and what else? Yeah, I thought Anaxa's like abilities just didn't look as cool as Castorus's, which is understandable, right? Castorus is like the super focused character, but like I think they could have done my boy a little bit more on the special effects department. I mean, his ult looks cool, but everything else is like I don't know. Yeah, the only thing about the live stream, like Sweetly said, like it felt super rushed towards the end. I was like, what the? Like the beginning felt super slow because they were just lore dumping.
Yeah. I
It
wonder
was
why.
30 minutes
And
of
then they just
nothing.
went like Mach 10. Literally, they started. I swear, one of them started rapping. They just went, but. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was literally thinking like slow down, like wait for us to digest some of this info.
I don't know if you guys. I mean, obviously, some of you might understand Chinese, but like the ones that don't, like, I don't. I mean, it might be because I'm tired, but like at one point I couldn't keep up with the subtitles with how fast it was going. I was like, oh damn,
I can see
okay.
that.
Yeah, when they were introducing Ruan Mei Locha and then the banners and then with the conversion, I was like, wait, now I'm getting confused. Are they free or not? Because like Fob said, it was in a different language and it was hard to keep up with like the subtitles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. The beginning was like 15-minute lore dump about the whole story that you haven't played yet.
It was 30 minutes.
And then it's like,
it didn't
counted,
even
bro.
go
30
into the
fucking
15-minute lore dump. They could have
Yeah.
done like a 5-minute, like it's to condense that into 5 minutes and then save the extra 10 minutes for the end.
They just shouldn't do a lore dump because I didn't do the quest yet.
yeah, it actually kind of just spoiled
literally.
everything.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Like,
Like,
why am I getting spoiled by the devs right now?
Bro, if you don't play the story, then just quit the game, bruh. Ain't that deep?
Yeah, have you done the
The
war
next
story? Have you done the
You're spoiling
ZZ
the
story?
next story,
Bro,
bro.
it just updated yesterday. I was gonna play it, but like, chill, bruh.
Oh,
well,
wow.
you quit.
I did play Xeno's Zero Story, but I finished Xeno's Zero Story.
Okay, well, you know, let's move. I'll go last. Let's move on to Pokey. So, what did you think about this live stream?
Ooh. Okay. I think a lot of the points that have been said has already been said. I think the elephant in the room is definitely gonna be the global passive thing. I do think that it sets a pretty dangerous precedent of like how this is gonna turn out, especially if like there's gonna be more and more units in the future with this. Because honestly, I feel like for passivists, the passive itself is not really something that changes everything. Because you still need to get a heal or shield, otherwise the unit dies. So most of the time you are still
yeah,
running
that's
for
at 1
sustain.
HP.
Yeah. So it's not something that would like break the game, but it becomes a problem if like more and more future.
Yeah, and if they become
limited 5 stars.
stronger.
Yeah. Or like even if they introduce into like light cones and all that kind of stuff, that will be a very, very dangerous path. So I don't really like it. But aside from this global passive, I think generally it's okay. But I think you guys did mention that towards the end, they really went like super fast, and I also could not keep up. I could not keep up, and like, especially the part where they were explaining like how do you obtain the silver and the gold thingies. It just finished in like 30 seconds. And then like when they mentioned like how all units were getting reworked or like buffed, it was like 10 seconds. It was like one sentence. Oh, by the way, Silver Wolf, Jingno, and Blade they're getting buffed.
And
And next.
then they went
Yeah, like they didn't say anything, just moved on. So like towards that,
I
they
couldn't even
super
find
fast.
who was getting buffed. I want to go back later. I was like, who got
Oh,
buffed? I was
yeah.
like, I don't know where.
I missed it.
I
My
didn't
chat
even
was
catch that
screaming at
one,
me.
yeah.
They were
Yeah, it was like super quick.
Find it.
Yeah. I think they did spend a bit too much time on like the lore and like, how they want to build up to Choke 2. They could have made it like maybe like 10 minutes less, then 10 minutes more for the second half and the first half.
No, the story
I think
spoilers
we
were
all
important, bro.
agree on
What are you
that for
talking about?
sure.
They had to spoil the story,
I'll
bro.
give it like a, without Caster's global passive, I'll give it like a, probably 8.5 out of 10. If that was like a 9. But
Holy
with
shit.
the Caster's global passive, I think it's like,
Yeah, eight is high,
How
bro.
big?
8 is
I think
high.
it's pretty big though. I think it is pretty big. Like especially a free run, especially that shop, it will
Okay.
introduce more limited 5 stars. So if you just don't spend it now and they keep adding this kind of new limited 5 stars, you could theoretically get like very, very good E1s or like islands for your units, and you just don't pull.
True.
Well, let me just ask this question really quick though, Pokey. So anniversary live streams for any game generally will give out a lot of free things, but so in this case they gave out the free things, but for an anniversary patch, I feel as though maybe it didn't add that much, right?
You only play
Like it
Toyo
did give
games,
the
bro.
free stuff, which is obviously great, but I don't know.
I mean, technically you're getting one free limited and another brand new, unless it's gonna be like a whole Aloy thing with like the fake collab, and then they make the brand new 5-star become like Aloy, and then it's a complete dog shit. Then it has to be really
Yeah,
bad.
it's gonna be Archer and he's 2 feet tall.
Dude, wait, I just realized what that meant. Fuck, that's just the fake.
Yeah, exactly. They said
Fuck.
brand new
Yeah.
5-star. So like, if it was a collab unit, then it was gonna be like Aloy. Oh, that would be.
Hope it's not an
kind of bad.
Aloy.
Surely
Yeah.
not.
And I do like the rework for like the 50-50. So that instead of like standard, they will eventually add more units that you can choose. So I think there's more prospect. But it's just this global passive thing. I think it will just bring down the whole thing to like I would say like a 5 with the global passive. Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely put a damper on things, I'd say, for a lot of people. Well, Ruby, what do you think?
I think my thoughts are pretty much the same as everyone else's. I think the one thing I'll emphasize the most
Archer from Fate to have a global passive.
is that there's a lot of talk in the beginning. I think a lot of people really wanted to see casters and Noxa, but then with the lower down, at one point I felt like I was zoning
You
out,
guys hear
right?
Ruby? Oh, I
Yeah, same.
I was
Oh,
pissed at the Lord Dump, bro.
Rex,
That shit got me
Rex,
so
turned
mad.
down from
Mute
Lethal.
yourself! You're interrupting Ruby, shut up!
So yeah, I felt like at the beginning it was a little too much talking, only because like we were also eager to see casters, right? But like I said, everything you guys said is pretty much what I also think about with everything. My only biggest concern is if we get casters this year, then what is next year? You know, with the global passive, like are they going to add another character with more global passives? Will they add something else? Because last year was Akron, and I thought Akron was crazy personally. So it's like, what will they do next year, and will it be a good or bad thing?
No, not even next year. It's like
Depending.
next 5 months, to be honest.
Yeah,
Next
what
month.
if we get what if every character
Next 3 months.
afterwards?
Yeah, because that was a crazy like power creep. You know, I won't lie. I mean, if you're good at gaming, you probably don't even need casters maybe for like global passives. Yeah, but it's only like, what about the future? You know, what's gonna happen?
Yep,
That's my
I think
thoughts.
that's totally understandable.
Yeah, pretty much what everyone said though. I agree with everyone.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll go last.
I go
Just
Wua guy.
real quick. Yeah, I agree with pretty much what everyone brought up. Some things I'd like to definitely add in though. For instance, the the new 50-50 system thing they're adding, where you can replace a few of the characters. I just find it actually comical because they created the problem, which is the 50-50 system. Now they're making a slight alteration for 3 characters that nobody wants or cares about, and people are like, oh my god, they fixed the 50-50. I just think that's very funny that they basically created the entire problem and are now selling the tiniest addition of a solution, and people are like, wow, they're listening, they care. Like, you made the problem. You shot yourself in the foot, and now you're putting a band-aid on top of it. So I think that's kind of funny. I do think that the update had some good things. Like, I think adding more cutscenes, that's huge. Everyone was asking for that. Everyone's been memeing on Honkai Star Rail that they didn't have any cutscenes, that things were boring, right? That's a huge win. I think people are going to be really happy about that. They still need to work on their characters having more than 3 poses, sure, but hey, cutscenes are awesome. That's a huge win. But it felt as though the patch basically has no content. For an anniversary patch, it seems very strange that they only had like 2 events and they didn't really look all that crazy. They didn't add any. I think it was Brax that was saying this, or maybe it was Fob that was saying they didn't really add any like changes to endgame or add any like real meaningful content, right? It's just like, hey, here's a couple little events. which seems
I didn't say that.
strange. Okay, I think it must have been Crash then.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's so many people were talking, but it just feels as though for an anniversary patch, it kind of falls flat other than the free stuff. I know the free stuff is great. Like, you can't discount that. That's a bunch of awesome stuff. Genshin could never, all that kind of stuff. But it genuinely just felt like the other stuff was a bit half-assed, and that's kind of why they just skipped through a lot of it in a way. They also could have really easily just not yapped at the beginning, ruining the whole story, and instead just lengthened every other part after, which we kind of already talked about. But it's like, they could have made a 1-hour stream just to, like, lengthily talking about everything and cutting out all the beginning. So that was a bit weird. But yeah, anyways.
Do you think that they are putting more of their time into the concerts because it's in CN? Well, they decide to sacrifice some of the live stream for it?
I believe that the concert has nothing to do with the live stream, really. And I think I'm surprised they didn't do a concert during the live stream, I will say. I thought they were going to do some like big presentation or something, but maybe.
They probably will during the next one.
Okay, maybe during the next. But yeah, so I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I don't really think the concert has too much to do with it. How I see it is the company's so big and has all the funds they could ever need for anything. And there's no way they're putting in a large amount of the money they make back into the game, even with the concerts and all this kind of stuff. So, I mean, the concerts are cool, but I just feel like that shouldn't be an excuse for why the live stream wasn't like better handled or had more content.
I guess I don't really feel like I feel like it's less on the live stream. It's just more on the update, right? Because like I feel like the live stream, I honestly don't give a fuck about how they present the live stream. I just want to know what's coming up. Right, like I don't feel like there's been any live stream I've watched by Hoyoverse where I've been like, wow, what a fun live stream that was. Like I just like watched to see what the new shit is, and that's it.
Yeah, their jokes are fucking lame, dude.
They don't land for sure.
Yeah, their jokes suck. I'm sorry.
Understandable.
No, I just think all of HSR's live stream with Albert are 10 times better.
With Albert? You like
I
Albert?
don't know about 10 times, but
Albert,
No, it's because the like as an English viewer, like when the Chinese devs are doing running the live stream, it just like doesn't flow as well. Albert, like as an English viewer, it's way more consumable and like comfortable. If we were Chinese, right? Like it would be. I'm sure it would be fine, but we're not. So
I'm Chinese.
You know.
Yeah, it's a DNA diff, bro. I spawned in the wrong place. I don't know what to say. Like I wish I knew Chinese, but
yeah, well, lucky man. That's spawn point.
You're half Japanese, bro. You have no excuse.
Is how do you feel about the future of HSR? Anyone have any thoughts? Like what do you think about the future after seeing this live stream? And well, people, let's be honest, I'm sure a bunch of people on this call have also seen dreams or whatever you want to call them about future things and global passives. Well, kind of sounds like they're here to stay.
I've never had a dream about the game, but what I can say is that for me, I'm stuck here until the Fate collab, right? Because that's just an IP that I like so much.
I'm really looking forward to the Fate collab too.
I'm here until that happens, and if the game doesn't pull me back in after that, then like that's probably it, right? Because it's for me, I've kind of run out of things I feel like to do in the game. I have on my main account, I have like all the characters obviously, so I can just like clear everything, and then on my free to play, I've been able to clear everything for a while, especially like when the Herta came out, it just made everything comically easy. So I don't know. It just kind of feels like there's not really a reason for me to log in other than the story. So like once every 6 weeks I can log in, but maybe they'll add some more stuff that makes the game fun again for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it getting any better. It's a Hoyo game, and Hoyo games have shown that they only downgrade.
Yeah.
I feel like it's too early to tell because, I mean, I think at least the audience, sometimes it changes over time, you know? Does that make sense? I feel like once it happens and then it passes, maybe we'll get a better idea.
Sounds very optimistic.
I feel like if you compare, like the thing is, stream. Oh, go on.
Oh no, sorry. You can go first.
I was just saying, like, comparing this anniversary reward to last year's anniversary rewards. I do feel like this year's anniversary rewards were on par or slightly better than last year's.
It was better.
Given that we actually got a free, like the Rame and the Luocha selector, I do think is pretty big for a lot of people. So them adding it and then giving you that option like for free to everyone for 2 whole patches, I think it is a pretty big reward, I would say. So it's like it shows that they are willing to like expand. I feel like 1 year ago we would never have expected them to give away like a free limited like selector, but now after kind of like the power creep of the rewards, I feel like with all the new games that's come out, I feel like there has been like a power creep in the gacha like game community or like the game developers, where they kind of know that they also have to step up on the rewards for the players. So it feels like they are kind of keeping up with that, but it is a bit concerning, like the part about where it feels like they are pushing more heavily for people to spend more. And then I'm curious about how the buffs for the new characters will be, like the Blade Kafka buffs. I wonder if they're going to be like some insane buffs, or if they're just going to try to bring them on par with like the current characters. I think that would be really interesting to see.
Yeah, it would be difficult to get them on par with some of the characters. Like, how is Silverwolf going to compete with Anaxa? Like, what are they about to do to her?
AoE weakness implant.
AoE, they could just give her AoE weakness implant and AoE defense down on her ulti.
She's about to become crazy, I guess.
That would actually make her like insane.
I guess we'll have to see about that. Anyone else have any thoughts on the future of HSR, I guess, at the moment?
I feel like
game to come out.
Go for it.
Oh.
Yep. Oh, not go for it.
Oh, I think every Western CC's doom posting it, but I think HSR is probably just going to be just fine.
And there it is.
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
everybody understands the like precedents and the possible negative like future that could come with the global passive, but I don't think that's enough to kill the game.
It won't kill the game at all. But I think
it won't.
Yeah, but how many of you motherfuckers went live with a HSR funeral in your fucking title, you fucking...
Oh, because it's a funeral to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Good one.
It's... Well, no, it's true. Am I wrong?
No, Dawi's dead. He's not on the live stream.
To a lot of players, the game, hell no, it's not.
How many people do you actually think in the West are going to quit because of this?
I think it's people that have already been on their way out. Right, and then like
but then those people would have quit regardless of the global passive, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I don't think that's gonna be the one.
What I'm saying is, I think it's like less than like 1% are quitting the game because of this.
I feel like the global passive, it just gives them the extra push. Like they pretty much really don't play the game that much anymore. It's just kind of there for like you log in once, a patch, you play a story, there's bounce. So it's sort of like a what's the word? 顺便 convenient. It's convenient that, okay, this is really, really bad, and then it can help them like do a clean break. But I feel like people that still like HSR, I don't think this changes too much. And if anything, like I feel the reward to the 50/50s and like the free limited selector, which you can literally save, by the way. Like you don't even have to choose from me. You could save that because they're gonna keep adding new limited fighters to the shop. So that could mean like a E1 Robin or an E1 Tribute, which is like absolutely insane. So yeah, I'm actually quite hopeful for the future of HSR. And if you guys all quit, you know, I will still be here for the next 10 years.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
That's not true, Poke. If they fucking do, if I don't know, like the possibilities with the global passive are fucking insane. They could do some stupid fucking shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a good thing, but like, I don't think what we as content creators and a lot of people here sitting in Twitch chats think about the game or what the average people who play these games think. So
I feel like there's a huge casual fan base of HS.
Exactly. There's a giant casual fan.
Wait. Let me just clear something up really quickly, though. I don't think anyone here genuinely thinks that the game is going to die or that like everyone's going to quit now or something like that just because they weren't happy with the patch. I don't think anyone actually.
I thought a lot of people were thinking about it.
A lot of you guys were posting it.
Yeah, especially
yeah, it's good for the.
Wait, whoa. Okay, first of all, saying the game is shit or that it's going down a shitty path is not doom posting. It's just a fact. Secondly, there's going to be some players that quit. Absolutely. Is that going to be the majority? Hell no.
But saying a game is shit you can't say that's a fact because saying something shit is an opinion. You literally said an opinion.
It's an opinion, but is that doom posting? Is that even doom posting?
But you can't say it's a fact, right? Because it's not a fact. I mean, it's a fact for your reality because you don't like it. But it's like this, right? It's like how Tectone can't, right? He can't fathom how some people could enjoy Genshin, but there are actually people who really enjoy.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
It's like that, right? For Tectone, it's a fact that Genshin is shit. But for a lot of people, it's a fact that Genshin's really fun, right? So, stuff like that.
I feel like there's probably some way to quantify that adding the caster's passive factually makes it shittier. There's probably some way you could scientifically argue, but yeah, you're right. It's not.
Yeah, it does make it potentially shittier.
Yeah,
but if I state my opinion like it's fact, it's funnier.
Yeah, but
it is funnier. That's kind of what I was going for. But anyways, yeah, like absolutely. I mean, look, anyone who thinks the game's actually going to die because of this, it's ridiculous. Obviously, it's not. Is it something that's shitty that a lot of people don't like? Yeah. Is it going to kill the game? No. Is it going to potentially put the game on a path where it just gets worse and worse? Absolutely. Is it going to potentially influence other games to copy it because, well, let's be real, Hoyoverse is the #1? Absolutely. These are all facets that are considered bad. It's not like the game is literally going to die, though. It's just going to die for a lot of players who, you know, are really hardcore or care a lot about it.
Yep, they should all quit and play ZZZ.
Why play ZZZ? It's just going to do that in a year anyway.
What do you think?
No, you have to wait for their next game to come out.
Yeah, wait until the next. Yeah, you're right. Which will probably be within a year.
That's true. That's true.
You know, I actually had some people in my chat saying, do you think that they are doing this to HSR to make people then play ZZZ? But I feel like that's
working. No, it's working. I'm playing ZZZ now.
Dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I don't think that makes any sense.
There's like no link. Yeah, it's like two completely different games. It's so, two different.
You know, I feel like they're trying at HSR, like in terms of responding to even trying to make the story better. Like I was surprised that they immediately addressed like the black scenes in like that previous live stream where they immediately were like, oh, we noticed feedback about like the story experience, and then we're updating this. And then they even said how they changed like the 3.1 quest to delete like a bunch of the puzzling aspects and then make it flow better. So I feel like the Star Rail team is trying pretty hard.
You know, that's actually interesting because, yeah, I think there's like two different things happening, right? Like, I think the Star Rail team is trying really hard, but I think at the same time, like separately from them trying hard to fix things, they're also monetizing really hard at the same time. And so it kind of just makes it look like they're trying to make a shit ton of money, but then they're like covering it up by like, oh, we're listening.
The push for monetization, like especially this patch, was a bit strange. But maybe they're thinking, well, it's Casterus and it's the anniversary, and people spend like anyway. We'll give them some more incentives to spend.
Yeah, true.
I don't feel like if they added it to Anexa, technically if they want to milk, they should have just added it to Anexa and give Anexa the global passive. Because then we actually have the thing like between Anexa and Casterus. Because I think Casterus, everybody was gonna pull for it anyways. But if they gave it to Anexa, like, ooh, now you really have to like
absolutely.
He would be more mad.
What if the reason they're monetizing? What if the reason they're monetizing so hard is because of China?
Ooh.
Isn't China like going through like a not a recession but like a down economic like slowdown and especially
just like us for real.
So are you saying the economy?
Geopolitics is crazy.
Yeah, geopolitics economy is why they're
politics and
the crashing housing market.
Numbers they're seeing numbers are getting too slow, so they're like, all right,
I was about to blame minimum wage on
toss those fucking top up bonuses in there, you know.
I mean, theoretically, maybe. I mean, I would say, like, what was just said, I totally agree with, where they are making some good changes to the game. Absolutely. Like, making the story better and, like, flow better, right? Because people didn't have a problem with what the actual story was saying. People had a problem with how it was delivered. And having the cutscenes and, like, removing some of the puzzles and other stuff is good. But I don't consider that to be trying super hard. I feel like that's kind of just listening to the bare minimum what the players wanted. You see, the thing is, like, I know everyone's going to think I sound like a major hater, and I kind of am at the moment, but I try to be fair when I can, and I don't really have many allegiances to companies. It doesn't really matter what company it is. If it screws up, it screws up. And so I'm viewing HSR through a slightly negative lens, but I'm totally willing to say the positives. And I think they are doing some good things and listening to the players somewhat. But at the same time, are they really doing that much listening in some of these areas. I'm not sure I'm convinced.
Depends.
I think as a company, you also kind of have to have your own like sets of standards and things you want to follow. You can't just be a company that listens to like the loudest voices all the time and then just implements the changes because you hear people talk about it. So I think them responding and them not responding, I think it depends on like what they're addressing and then how they're addressing it.
I think it's very simple formula. The more money a game makes, the less they have to listen. It's just always like that, right? And like the less successful a game is, the more they'll listen. This is why everybody like points to how ZZZ is listening the most out of all the Hoyo games. Is it a coincidence that ZZZ also makes the least money out of all the Hoyo games?
That is true.
Right, like because there is, I believe, like a possible, like if I was Doctor Strange, I'm looking through all the fucking possibilities. There's a universe where Wuthering Waves was before Genshin Impact, and they were so successful, and they never have the devs listen moments because they were so successful.
That would not happen. They definitely copied Genshin. They copied Genshin so hard, though. I'm not saying they wouldn't do the devs listen.
No, I'm saying imagine if Wuwa came first and Genshin came second. You know?
Oh, I think they would do the same thing as Genshin. 100%.
Exactly, and that's why I'm saying like it's so much tied to like, I feel like the reactionary, like how much a company listens is based on how much they make. Like if after this HSR revenue, let's say, keeps going down, I'll bet you they'll just keep listening more and more, right? And
yeah, but I guess how much the company makes is tied to like how much the players enjoyed the game, right? Yeah. So on their metric, one part if it's like, well, we're still making like the same amount we're making like last year. So like the same amount of people, like if they look at their metrics, and then they can probably tell like based off of how much they make, how much the players enjoyed the game too. So it's all kind of tied together, I guess.
That's fair. By the way, I've been sort of leading the discussion, but I did not make this entire thing. So like, you know, if anyone wants to bring up anything they want to say, just go ahead.
I got something to say. Hey, Scythes XZ in Genazod's chat. You think I'm putting down Wuwa? Go look up my Twitch tracker. See what I stream the most, you donkey fuck.
It's gonna be the Isle.
Huh?
It's the
I
Isle.
stream Wuthering Waves the most out of any gacha game, you steaming pile of shit. Motherfucker.
Damn.
Eat my ass, pussy.
Damn.
There's a lot of people in my chat that
I've given more money to Kuro Games than I have to my own fucking child's future college fund.
What a flex.
That's true. Your girlfriend's not that covered.
That's
You're just a freeloader, okay? We all know that.
Oh. Ooh, my dog, not me.
True.
Yo, Fob, how much did you pay in taxes last year?
Way too fucking much, but I'm paying even more this year.
I just
Damn, he's popping up. Future billionaire?
No,
it's
because I actually didn't spend as much this last year than the year
before. You can't write off as much.
Yeah.
Despair.
Okay. Well, no one's really bringing up things I want to talk about, so I guess I would say, theoretically, if they added more global passives, let's just pretend that happened.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you think about HSR? Like, do you want to keep
earn more
playing it?
money?
It's
Earn more
over.
money. Get a job. Yeah. just keep
Nah,
going.
I think even if you all quit, I'll still be here for the next 10 years.
No,
Yeah.
Box, I will be the last man standing. You are basically a tourist at this point. Bro cooking his brain for
Relax,
more to pay.
bro. Relax.
That for Poke. Clip and ship it.
Clip and ship it.
I will
Yes.
last longer than
How
you, bro.
many-
Listen, you're
They're
older than me,
forever.
bro. I have more time on this earth, bro. I will outlive your ass.
That's crazy. That is
So he's gonna play
crazy.
FIFA Star for the
Okay,
next
buddy.
80 years.
Okay, that is crazy, bro. I'm gonna die before him in game, so he can straight hit us more than me. That is crazy.
Yep.
Right,
Yep.
You win.
Yep,
The
exactly.
moment Pokey dies, you're gonna get all his viewers, bro. You're
Oh,
fighting
hell
for the
yeah, bro.
future.
Yep. You are the future of HSR.
The
Yeah,
savior
he's
of
so
August Horror, bro. I know.
So,
He's the up and cover.
I was gonna say
how many
something.
more Hoyo games have to come out before you switch to one of those?
Oh, the thing is, whether or not it's a Hoyo game doesn't really change it, because like, even though Zenless Zone comes out, I don't really spend as much time in Zenless. Combat H's are still, so it kind of depends on the game itself.
Yeah,
Are
we
you
know
looking
why,
for-
bro. We've seen you play action combat games.
Oh
Like
wow.
what? Black
I
Myth,
saw your-
Black
I
Myth,
saw your
bro,
Elden
you know,
Ring run.
I finished, bro. I
saw
finished
your
Green
Thorn.
Dwarf, I
Yeah,
finished
nice
Green Dwarf,
Thorn build,
I
bro.
saw your Elden Ring
I
run.
finished all that, buddy. I finished all
Magic
that.
I saw your
Thorn
Elden
build.
Ring run using an ability they nerfed right after to kill him in 3 spells. I saw that Elden Ring run. That was
Fucking pig.
disgusting.
Oh,
And
man.
I did not use summons. That's all that matters. All right, it's all good.
All right, bro.
Might as well been a summon.
I saw your Iron
Thorns.
Fist Marvel Rivals.
Bro, Mario Rebel is not even action RPG. It's cooked. Oh yeah, also,
Okay.
Hoyoverse. Wait, if Hoyoverse releases an FPS or like a TPS, I probably wouldn't play it because
Bro, quick, because he couldn't impress Shy Lily with his Iron Fist skills. Let's
You know
be
what
honest.
actually is so interesting about that? I wonder how many people would go play like a Hoyoverse, like
like a
FPS.
Shrinova.
yeah, like I wonder how people
bro,
would do that.
China needs to stop making shooters. They're all flops.
But Stranova's fun.
Hey, technically we got Valorant from there.
Supernova
So.
is dying.
Yeah.
Say Shrinova.
Nova's
Bro,
dying.
I
It
played
just,
so
it
much
just came out, though.
Chernova, and I really wanted that game to pop off, but man, it I think just the learning curve was too much for most people.
I think it's also
Well,
third
you-
person. Like people like FPS is just much more popular.
In the West,
The
Asia
concept is
loves
fun,
third
though.
person.
Oh my god, if Hoyoverse makes like a league, bro, I'll all in.
That would be
My
awesome.
goodness.
Do you
Oh,
That
guys
would be
believe-
insane. All the Hoyoverse characters in like a league format. Holy shit.
I would be
Do you-
so locked in. I'll play this shit forever.
Okay, but do you guys think that Hoyoverse will ever try to make a competitive game?
Nah.
I could see it, but the problem is if they
Same,
monetize
same.
it, it just like is dead in the West.
No, they love gacha too much. It makes them too much money.
No, gotcha.
No, by the
skins.
way, they monetize it in like what do you call it, the arena of valor. It's kind of like MOBA, right? And then you monetize it through skins and shit, so you can still play like as a free to play. There's no like competitive.
Oh, okay,
edge.
so if it's not pay for power, then it'd be fine. Yeah.
yeah, like basically Honor of Kings, and then they just make it one for like Hoyoverse, and it's like one of the biggest games in CN right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. Anyone have any other thoughts? This was kind of just an impromptu call about
mm-mm.
the
Yeah, why
HSR
does
stuff.
Fleur-de-Lis have the biggest tits in all of Wuthering Waves?
What about
Is it
Cantarella?
bigger than
though?
Cantarella? No way.
Cantarella's got nothing on. What are you blind? Y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, just go fight Fleur-de-Lis, use Peeb, use her
I
E to
did.
freeze her, and just stare at her ass. That thing is gigantic.
Wow, bro
and
has
her
like a
tits.
tech. Bro is a tech.
Oh my
to do
Yeah,
that.
no,
You
I literally
actually
did
has
it. I
goon tech.
so you break her, and
Oh
she
my-
goes down, kneels, and like holds onto her sword. She's like crying, by the way. She's like her face is
Why?
sobbing.
You're making this sound
And-
so bad.
She has her crotch open, and I swear her
Bro.
coochie's half hanging out.
Bro.
She's wearing like a thong.
Bro. Okay.
Yo, you got like a
Okay.
timestamp in the VOD for that?
Goon Master. Okay,
No, just
bro.
go hop onto Wua, bro. What do you mean?
Just take a screenshot for us.
Nah, I'm
Bro,
not
went to
on-
excessive detail
Oh,
for
you can
fun,
do it
bro.
on stream,
What
but you
the
can't
fuck?
take a screenshot for us, huh?
I'm halfway on the floor. Like, you guys ever just like slide down your chair and you're just like barely
Yeah.
on? Yeah, that's me right now.
Man,
like,
talk about gooning.
I'm not even looking at my screen. I'm looking at my ceiling.
So it's Water Waves a Gooner game now.
Yeah.
Oh,
the-
it kind of always has been.
Cantarella?
All
Cantarella
gacha
made
games are
it super
Gooner games.
Yeah.
You see, okay, here's the thing though. I have no issue with the games being Gooner games, but people always like to pretend that they're not. There's nothing wrong with having Gooner stuff in your game and being a partial Gooner game, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. It's like some people like that, but if the whole game becomes like that, then, you know, it's just a Giga Gooner game, right? Like Nikkei or something, right?
Nikkei is not Giga Gooner though.
You play Nikkei.
What do you think about Brady?
Bro said
hot.
Nikkei is not
Giga
Giga
Nikkei is
Gooner.
the
Okay,
most-
Giga
brother.
Gooner for me is like Brown Dust 2. Giga
Uh,
Gooner for me is Azure Lane's Live 2D skins.
Yo,
Nikkei
Ruby.
is like actually like way weaker in the Gooner department compared to those.
Yeah?
Uh,
I mean, okay, yeah, I guess.
Because
but
Nikkei
it's
does
still
not have
Gooner.
anything close to an Azure Lane Live 2D skin, and Brown Dust 2 literally letting you touch and prod and strip them. Right? Like that shit's on
Oh.
another
Okay.
level.
they allow
True.
that? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, well, okay, but just back to the topic. Like, I guess it's becoming a little bit gooner. I think we've seen a lot of games start to do that. I think ZZZ as well. You may have seen all the recent characters have been like, wow, they're really pushing the sexualization of characters, right? Like more than was before. And now Wu is doing it too. Our game is moving more in this direction now.
I mean, they've only
Even
had
Uber.
one, right, which is Contralla. I mean, I don't really
So
know.
far.
Yeah, so far, but
I feel like they needed to push that narrative onto Cantarella, otherwise she wasn't going to sell.
You think so?
Oh, is she
think
good?
so.
Oh, okay, Wrangler as a unit, like tier 0.
She's
tier
not
something.
really that great in the game at all right now. Because
Brant, you don't need to look at her because
Yeah.
Brant is literally just. Brant could solo a TOA floor and he's technically a
Yeah.
sub DPS.
he's so fun.
Cantarella is you better fucking
It feels
That's-
extra
it's that
bad
shit.
that she came out after Brand because they're like kind
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
same, but they're so different, like in terms of how powerful they are.
She also just has this problem with fucking energy half the time. I think that's what tilted me is like her energy needs change drastically based on the team, and sometimes it just doesn't fucking work for some reason.
No, sometimes
it's
I notice
literally
it's because
good
like your
or
skill doesn't hit the enemy. Like if
Crazy.
your forte misses, which it can often miss, you just don't get the energy, and then it's really bad.
crazy take. Not even
Another win for
actually, maybe
Montelli.
not even crazy. I think Zezu feels better to play than Cantarella by far.
Damn, that's crazy.
You can
You
do
know
the
what?
jump cancels on Jaja.
Exactly.
Those are
My
so
mod
sick.
says she's dog
I,
shit.
ac- I actually think
Yeah, guess
Cantarella
what?
doesn't
Your
feel
mod
good to play.
Sarah, who used Pride win numbers for a fucking Twitter post and looked like a clown, and then I fucking exposed their ass, and then they fucking fixed it with
that is crazy.
Bro's calling out
but,
his mods.
Yeah, I heard the judge is really bad. I'm so glad info for you.
Cantarella, I just think she feels jank to play. Like her 3 basic attack
agree.
chain feels like crap. When you're in Forte, she's like one of the most fun characters in the game, but you're almost never in Forte. So
I think the issue is they should have made her dodge counter count as a forte stack. Right? You know how Peep can immediately after
Yeah.
a dodge counter get right into an absolution or like her heavy, right? Like the fact that anytime you do a dodge on Cantarella, you immediately lose your entire auto chain and you have to like it's so ass to build forte.
yeah, I agree. Also, since you were asking Pokey, another thing is, well, she's not really good with any characters right now because she buffs havoc damage and skill damage, and there's no character in the game right now that really cares about both.
Yeah, I played Hyper Cantarella with Shorekeeper San Juan.
That's crazy.
What?
Ass, it's terrible.
Did you S6 her Fob, or did you?
No,
go for it?
I got S2, but I didn't
S2,
unlock it yet.
Only S2? Holy shit. So
He hates her. He
You
literally
changed,
hates
Bob.
her.
You
I
changed.
tried her
Damn,
at
yeah.
S0. The biggest issue is her big E, right, that she does. I get it to do 2 130k, so it's 260k, which is good. It has the longest fucking turtle cooldown though. It's like 18 fucking seconds. So like you can't even get another one in the next rotation most times, and you kind of need to go a 3rd rotation before you get. It's just I don't know.
Bro's getting a little too technical.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Okay, so TRDR hedges us the best gouge game. Yippee. We're good.
No,
I
it's
don't-
not. It's
don't
Girls
think it's
Frontline 2.
No, it's wizardry, and we all know it.
No, it's not, bro. If you gave me Wizardry with Girls Frontline 2 models, I'd play it.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. That would actually go crazy.
That would be
Yeah.
insane, yeah.
That would go insane, but that's not gonna happen. But
Okay.
hey, I'm gonna be real. HSR gets cleared by wizardry. The better turn-based gotcha.
Yeah, you know what beats all of them? Chess.
oh,
The best.
Yeah, but Magnus Carlsen's like pay to win. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he has a.
Yo, for how many Varesa do you pull?
Oh, so randomly I was bored while waiting for the HSR live stream, so I pulled more and I got a back-to-back. So I have a C.
Oh,
C5.
you're just bored. Ah, okay.
Okay.
Bro was so
Damn.
bored he wailed.
Genazod is gonna hate hearing this. Varessa's literally just feels like a better Rochelle. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh really? Yeah, she's pretty similar. I saw the like whole like
Yeah,
jumping
but like,
aspect, right?
but the gameplay is like.
Oh, does it feel better?
It did look really similar.
Like, I don't want to sound like a Hoyo shill, but I haven't streamed Genshin at all recently. Like, but Varessa, like, I was like, holy fuck, bro. I thought Natlan's been dog shit, but like Varessa changed my mind.
Really? Is it just really
It's
smooth
really
feeling?
fun to play.
Her entire character kit feels so smooth. Like, it just
Really?
flows like super easily. It's kind of
Oh,
crazy.
I kind of just want to say, like, I feel like you're one of the example that I feel that this whole global passive thing is probably gonna be like a complete nothing burger, because a lot of these players, they will literally just get bored. Okay, I'm just gonna pull, and then it just happens. It doesn't really matter all the other things. It's like, oh my god, global passive, whatnot. They're still gonna pull, and people say
Fob's the problem.
No, I'm not saying Fob is the problem, but I think there are a lot of people like Fob in like all these kind of gacha games, and they are like the big boys. And as long as the big boys are happy, I don't think like it's gonna change too much.
No,
I mean,
so I don't think
you're
I
absolutely
don't
right.
think the percentage of the player base that plays these games that are whales are that big. I think still the small spenders are still
Maybe
the
not
majority
that
of
big.
the-
Yeah, but like those that can just afford, like, okay, let me just get like this E1 S1 or like E0 S1 here and there. That's just for fun. Okay, let me just do like a 2 top ups. So like whenever these kind of like global passive stuff happens, it's like, okay, the solution is just pull this one corporate unit and it's done. Even if I don't want to use it, it's like it's very easily solved. So it doesn't really hurt their bottom line that much.
Oh, absolutely. Well, the thing is, the average player does not look on even YouTube or Twitch or anything. The average player is just casually playing the game, and they'll just pull characters. They don't care about Castro's passive. They haven't even probably heard that everyone thinks it's an issue. The average player of these games literally does not care about any of this. Any discussion we have over issues in any of these games is something that the average player will never hear about or care about at all. And a lot of people don't realize that. That's why, like, for some reason people are saying like, you guys were doom and glooming the game and now look, you're trying to pedal back. It's like, no, like, we're already aware of this. It's like, bro, the average player does not give a fuck about any of this. It doesn't matter. We're only talking to people that are, you know, far enough into the space, or like, you know, really addicted to gachas or any of this stuff that actually care. But the average person, it just doesn't matter.
Now, what do you think this really hurts though? Because like for like the streamers and like these like whales, they'll just pull everything anyways, and then for the casual, they just don't give a damn. So who is like that subset of population that's like, oh shit, this will ruin my life?
I would say, and tell me if I'm wrong, anybody, but I would say it is pretty much the more dedicated gacha players who I would say they most likely play multiple gachas. They probably don't only play HSR because they probably don't care that much. But I would say people who play multiple gachas and have perspective on different games, those are probably the people who are more affected, the ones that are really deep into these kinds of games. That's my feeling.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair.
Anyone think anything different?
No, but what are Harkin blessings permanent, or are they only in the area?
It's for the whole day.
Oh shit. Okay, that's huge. Thanks, man.
Was that a wizardry question?
Yes. Bro's asking for advice in this call. Okay. Wait, were you gonna say something there, Sweetie?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. I was just like,
You know what? You guys should all play Tribe 9.
Oh,
You know-
I'll be playing more Tribe 9. The story is really interesting. Yeah.
actually, decent game. They
It
fumbled
is.
hard
The
at the
launch
start.
got fumbled, but I feel like any other bigger gacha could have
Yo,
fumbled that and would have
thank
been able
you.
to reobtain their
Fucking
audience. It's just Tribe 9 is such a niche game, so it
for the 10 get the
lost all
subs,
of
bro.
it.
Oh,
It's actually a
fuck,
shame.
bro.
The game actually deserves better.
Yo,
than
thank
it
you,
got.
man. I appreciate the fuck
What is
out
Also,
of that.
fuck you,
for that. It was
Jenna. You
fun.
won the PC on that
Thank you, bro.
streaming
Appreciate the
event.
fuck out of that, bro. Thank you. You
That's
deserve it, bro. I appreciate you, bro.
Bro, I didn't
Thank
even
you,
know
thank
there was
you,
a
thank you,
streaming
thank
event.
you.
I streamed Tribe
you.
9 so much,
you.
and I'm like, fuck.
I streamed the day of release, re-rolled.
You want a
and I was-
PC?
Yeah, I won a
Bro,
49.
I streamed like I think I streamed
That
like
is
7, 8 times on Tribe 9, and I did like the whole chapter 1 story, everything, and like I didn't even know there was a streaming.
It was only based on highest concurrent at any point, and I streamed it one time. And you know what the sad part is? I actually like Tribe 9. Like, genuinely, I think it's a good game. It's just I don't want to pick up another gacha right now. It would have to be something
Dude,
I would be
there's
able to
too
play on
many.
stream much.
They changed up their combat quite a bit too. It's
I think
actually
I'm playing like 7 right now.
it flows really well, their combat.
Yeah, no, I actually think the game is like a really solid game. The story's fine, the gameplay's fine. I think the aesthetic is awesome. It fumbled so hard in the beginning. I don't think it can recover.
Okay,
It's
but what
really
if I
sad.
told you you don't have to play like a gacha game? You could just kind
True.
of play like a Danganronpa game or something, you know? Like just
Yeah.
You're right.
Is it
The
anything
story
like
was actually
Danganronpa?
pretty interesting.
Wait, anyone in particular want to talk? Wait.
Nah, fuck it.
Okay, everyone just talked at the same time.
Do you have an Epic 7 sponsor coming up?
Nope. And I think out of spite, I'm just not going to watch any of that on stream.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Wait, you
I
hate E7 now?
Ooh,
I'm gonna be real. I'm pretty fucking spiteful. I think that's pretty rude that they would just not sponsor my ass after I spent like 4 fucking years playing their shit. Fuck them.
Wait, I think I have an Epic 7 sponsor.
Good, you should.
Bro,
Absolutely.
it's a
They
turn-based
absolutely-
game, bro. It's gonna change my life.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
it's
literally
probably
just
not
better
as
Honkai
PvP.
Star Rail.
Oh, okay.
It's a better HSR.
Dude, every
Okay,
game is
Star
better than
literally-
HSR to this.
Okay,
game.
Bro,
Star Rail
I
literally
heard
just
that
stole-
HSR's
No,
relics, it gives people
no.
in-game cancer. Like, it's
Wait,
so
wait,
bad.
wait.
Like, if you want money to remove
You want to know
rules,
what's
that
so
is
insane?
ridiculous.
Honkai Star Rail is like, what if we just copied the gear system of a PvP game? Why do we even have HP or defense or any
If-
stats? I don't know, but we have them in our game for some reason. That's what Genshin did too. It's like, I don't even know why we have these stats in our game, but we took them
Okay.
from a PvP game.
HP and defense actually matter in HSR though, because
Bro.
like you can't just dodge.
Okay,
You just play
Epic
Venturine. What do you mean
like
they
flat.
matter?
If
What do you mean
Epic
they matter?
7
You just
came
HSR
out
defense,
in,
HP.
if
Oh,
Epic 7
fuck,
came
yeah.
out in the same time HSR did, it would not be getting any praise.
Oh, absolutely. But if it was made by Hoyoverse, it would make $100 million.
I don't think
Maybe,
so.
but like
I don't
Epic
think
7,
that,
bro.
you know, Jenna said, I don't think that, bro.
Wait, Jenna, did you play Epic
Really?
7 since launch?
No, its launch was shit.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I was about to say because I played since launch and I played KR as well. Like,
Okay, well, you didn't really play since launch, but like, I know what you mean.
no, I did. I played legitimately since launch. Oh,
Didn't
okay.
you like lose your account for like 2.5 years or something?
Okay. What I meant to say is I played at launch, right, for KR,
Okay, yeah,
and then
yeah.
I moved over to global. But like, then you should know, right? Like, so with Epic 7, when Luna came out in Korea, they didn't fucking have a pity. It was a
it was
fucking banner.
terrible.
I spent $700, didn't get a Luna, and I fucking raged. And then what did they do for global? Luna banner has a pity. Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, nah. Imagine if that they did that in modern day, bro. They would have been cooked.
Oh,
canceled,
absolutely.
done.
Well, the thing is, like, I think the whole gacha sphere has kind of changed, where games kind of have more of a precedent of taking from other games. You know what I mean? Like either copying from something like Hoyoverse or other games, right? I feel like games that come out nowadays generally don't have those kinds of issues because it's kind of hard to release a game like that in current day, right? Because they'll just die, like you just said, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's a Japanese gacha, because for some reason Japan just doesn't understand this and they keep having their games die and they go, what happened to our game? Why are our games dying? Tribe 9 be like, why are people not liking our pull system?
What do you mean, bro? Like all these Japanese gacha games are actually trying stuff and it's failing, but meanwhile, Pokemon Company continues to make dog shit and then people slop it up, so it doesn't matter. You know, they're just trying to learn from what the Pokemon Company does, but you know, it's just not. It's just impossible to imitate. Pokemon's just mastered the art of making slop and people love it.
Sounds familiar. Well, I suppose, I don't know. We just had this big call for the Honkai Star Rail stream, but is there anything anyone else wants to say? I feel like we're kind of just getting off track.
I
Wait,
fucking
can I
hate
say
Honkai
Star
Star
Rail?
Rail.
Wait. Everyone just said something at the same time. Can you speak one by one?
So you go for it. She asked if you're gonna play Star.
I was asking Jenna, are you gonna play Star Rail?
You know, I really liked the game, and then I started to kind of lose interest in the story, kind of around like when they went back to Huanglong and everything.
What the fuck is?
Or not Huanglong,
No,
that's
that's
another
Huanglong, bro.
That's
Another
another
real
Bro, bro.
Okay, there's like 5 different Chinese areas and all these gotchas.
Nah,
you're
racist, bro.
Oh my
That's
god.
crazy.
Racist.
Yeah, so they're all just the
It's
same.
literally just oh my god.
They're
Racist
just all the
odd.
same.
Okay, you know what happened? I was thinking of Hule in my mind. I was like, the area's not called Hule. And then I went like, oh, it must be Huanglong. Oh, shit. What's that
What's
place's
it called
name?
in Genshin, huh?
Jinzhou. It's Jinzhou.
No,
That's
it's
what
not.
it is. Mispronounced it, but that's
Bro
the
has
area.
nothing but watering waves.
Jinzhou.
Wait, I just realized watering waves is the one with multiple CN like names, like Jingzhou and Huanglong.
Yeah.
Huanglong's like the whole region, isn't
But
it?
Jinzhou's the city, Huanglong
Yeah.
the region.
Oh,
Holy
like
fuck,
Jingzhou is part
okay,
of
you
Huanglong.
fucking poser.
Yeah. I'm a goddamn tourist.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I actually hate World War 1.0. It's so bad.
Damn.
I thought he was like all right, because like you got to think about like the other gacha games that are delivering that on the market, there's not a lot of them. So it was okay. It wasn't like dog shit. But I do think that 2.0 made it look like shit.
Oh yeah, no, because 2.0 is like, this is what the game should be. 1.0 by comparison was like so ass. Like, holy crap.
Okay, wait, I need to actually like, there's something we need to talk about. Why, bro, why is female rover in English so much worse than male rover? I tried male rover. I tried male rover for the first time. I was like, what the fuck? Like female rover. And you know what's crazy? Because female rover also voices Varessa in Genshin. And she doesn't sound like that in Genshin.
It's the accent too, I think.
What are they telling female rover to do in WoW?
Yeah,
like why are
it's
they
never the
that?
VA's fault. It's always the director.
Yeah, exactly.
And
like,
the director was like, okay, can you speak monotone real quick?
Yeah, the director was like, can you talk like an NPC? But then went to the male rovers like, be expressive. Like what the fuck?
No, I actually think part of it might be the accents though. Do you guys remember like back when they started, they hired an EU studio, but then asked a bunch of them to do like American accents or like NA, like remove the EU-ness from them. I think the rovers have that too. So they just have to try and talk without the accent for the entire game.
But like she doesn't have an accent as Varessa.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do think that they should probably look at the direction for the game though, because I do see like that is a pretty common thing where it feels like sometimes the voice actors are like really great at acting, but they just don't know what's happening. Like because they're not given the right direction.
I literally had to switch off of female rover because I was at that point where she was talking to Cantarella and I was like, oh my god, Cantarella's doing such a good job, and then female was like, I have a plan. I was like, okay, like can you try? Like Cantarella's over here like being super expressive, tons of emotions and like talking, and then female rover's like wee boop bop boop, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't. So I swapped to male rover.
Yeah, I mean, I refuse to swap, but also I 100% agree with you.
24-hour cooldown, but yeah.
But anyways, wait, really quickly, I just want to. The question I was asked, I'm probably not gonna play HSR. I really enjoyed the game. Didn't like really where the story was going when they went back and had the whole Hulei quest and all that kind of stuff. Wasn't really a huge fan of that. And then, so I was like, okay, I'll just wait until 3.0. 3.0 came out. Wasn't really excited by it. I love the Herda though, by the way. She's like she's probably my favorite character in the entire game. Was really excited about that. But then, I'm gonna be real, I just heard rumors about the collab and I immediately went, yeah, I don't think so, man. I was so disappointed that I think I kind of just went, I don't know about this one anymore, man. And then when I heard about the Caster's Global Passive, I kind of just quit.
Wait, what rumor about the collab? Or what do you mean about the...
I think you're talking about leakers. Talk about leakers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, what might be coming out, and, well, it really disappointed me.
This is why you don't dream.
I was really excited.
If you don't dream, you can't be disappointed early.
Well, so what? I should just hold onto a piece of string and have it lead me along for months until
I still believe Rin Tosaka is going to come out. I still believe Rin Tosaka is coming out.
Yeah, but you know what I did? I did the logical thing for any gacha player. I just quit the game. I was disappointed by the game, so I quit it. It's that simple.
Okay, if that was so logical, why'd you hold on to Epic Sim for so?
Because I still liked the game, even though it was annoying me and disappointing me in many ways. But you know what? Recently, kind of just quit the game too.
Oh, are you actually done? You officially quit?
Okay, yeah. I mean, guild fell apart. Just didn't really feel like logging in. Yeah, I mean, when you get disappointed with the game enough where you don't really want to play, you just stop logging in, and then that's it. Like, I just think there's no other way around it. Like, I've gotten disappointed with plenty of games in the past, and I quit them too. So.
Did you like Guild Wars in X7?
For a bit I did, and then it eventually becomes a chore. Like, let's be honest, most things in all gacha games eventually become a chore.
You might like this hit mode called Gunsmoke in Girls Frontline 2. Check it out today.
Gunsmoke. Holy
hate
shit. Dude, you know what's funny? Every time Gunsmoke's coming around, everyone in my chat says, oh no, Gunsmoke, and starts spamming emotes, and they're like all sad and upset.
Bro,
like,
I spend like up to an hour every day off stream doing that shit to maintain our guild's like top 15.
It's actually the worst game mode. Yeah, anyways, I'm probably the only person in this call that's actually basically, I guess, washed his hand of HSR. And I really enjoyed the game before, by the way. For anyone who doesn't know, I really, really liked the game for a while. But
Dude, I
Well, all
cannot
things
believe that
will-
Brax
that's come to
fucking
an end.
It is
muted to play
okay
Wizardry,
to like
bro.
a game and quit it.
What?
Yeah,
He's
well,
back.
I
Oh,
launched the
never
game
mind.
and then I quit it. And well, I just see it as anyone who's truly disappointed in a game should quit it. I watched the HSR live stream today because I thought it'd be fun, and I was sort of hate watching, which I thought would be funny. And well, I saw the caster's passive stay, and I went, well, too bad. And that's all there
Oh,
is
did
to
you
it.
actually think it wasn't staying? Like, come on.
Oh no, I absolutely knew it was going to stay. But
If you're a dreamer, you should already know it wasn't disappearing.
the thing is, I don't really generally look at leaks for games. The only reason I knew about the caster's passive was because everyone started talking about it first, and I was like, wait, what? And then I started looking at leaks and was like, what the hell? So, oh well.
All right, so how'd you see the collab rumors then? If you don't,
Oh, because someone in chat said it, and I went, no way, and then I looked it up and went, oh my. that's the only time I hear about things, but
that's why I
anyone
tell
else-
my chat too. I don't look at leaks either. It's just motherfuckers that just type
they
it out.
come and say things, and then they put the blame on you that you're looking at leaks, but it's like, your ass has told me.
Yeah, you can't escape the leaks. You have to just ignore chat if that happens, and it's fucking.
Yeah, I have my fucking DMs open, and then I wake up some days and just like 5 DMs, I check them, and it's fucking just like plastered gifs of the newest characters leaked, and I'm like, okay.
Well,
And
that's
then
insane that people are DMing you that.
this is because I have my DMs open. I don't think most people have their DMs open too. Yeah.
Well, anyone else want to say anything?
Yo, Bob, when are you hitting? Did you hit Celestial?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
bro,
quit after I hit Celestial.
that's enough of this. Okay.
No, hold on.
This has nothing to do
Hold
with
on.
anything, guys.
No, it absolutely
okay. Well,
does.
this is gotcha related. Mr. Poke,
Yeah, what up?
you remember when you said you were so excited for Girls Frontline 2? What happened?
Bro, I still play that game, by the way.
No, you
Off
fucking
stream
don't.
and
You have an
stuff.
account
Bro,
manager. Don't
I
lie. You have an account
Oh
manager.
my god.
Okay, it's the
Oh
same
my
thing.
God.
It's the
Oh
same
my
thing.
God.
I could get an account
Same
manager to do
thing.
my Gunsmoke, and it would save my time so much. But it's the act of actually playing it. You know, like no
Okay,
way.
I play it off stream, so it's kind of the same thing.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. I would make the argument that if you truly like a game, you would not have an account manager for it.
Nah, actually, I don't think so, man. If you, no.
of course you don't think so,
Complete
'cause you have
counterpoint.
10 of them.
Okay, you know why? No, because if you truly love the game, you will use your account manager to do the boring stuff, and then you actually do the fun stuff on stream.
Why does it
Okay,
have
but if you
boring
truly
stuff?
love the
Nah,
exactly,
but it's
if you
part of
truly
the
love
game,
why
though,
is it
bro.
boring to do the dailies?
It's part of the game.
All
Like,
dailies
You're
will
saying-
get boring
let
after a while.
me get
There's
this
no
straight. You're
dailies
saying-
that will not.
Wait, let me get this straight. You're saying a large percentage of the game sucks, so you get someone else to do it. So is the game even good at that point?
But it's not a large percentage of the game though. You basically just spend stamina. There's like a 2-minute, 3-minute portion of the game. The large
You
portion
just
of the game.
described
Let's
the
just
part
say
of the game that you need to do to be able to progress your account at all. It's definitely the largest part of the game.
I don't
one of
think
the
so. Because
most
it
important
depends on how long it takes for the dailies. Like, how long does it take for you to spend stamina and like clear everything to the various units?
Okay, then why do you need an account manager to do that?
Because it's convenient. It's convenient, and I have a life. You know, I touch grass. I have a wife. I have kids. You know, I ain't gonna
can't
spend
spend a
that
few
amount of time
minutes?
just doing that when it can be just done
spend a
by
few
anyone else, right? You know, absolutely
Alright.
not. I can't spend a few minutes. So time is precious.
no, but like to defend Mr. Pokey, bro, like we're not gonna sit here and say that he doesn't love Honkai Star, alright?
Yep.
Brother, you were in a league game earlier watching my stream. What do you? Time is precious. You
Oh,
guys
bro,
are
I
doing
won
the
that.
side of your league game.
Bro,
Every
I was
time-
literally playing
you
League.
had
I was playing
you
League
had
while
5
playing
deaths
Hades at the same
regardless.
time.
Those 5 deaths.
I
you
was
could have
playing
just done your
League while
HSR
playing Hades at
dailies.
the same time. I was playing League while playing Hades at the same time. Did this.
Damn.
And I won, by the way.
So
Oh,
why don't you
and
have
he
a
won.
League of Legends account manager? Because that's wasting your time a lot too. Because it's
Okay, but the thing is, League is just League is not about the win. It is about the journey towards the win. You know.
Bro, what the fuck kind
Oh,
of
it's
proverb
like
is
for
that, bro?
games.
Who
What the
actually
fuck?
cares about spending the stamina yourself or someone else? Because
What do you mean? Doesn't an artifact or relic feel like it's more yours when you upgraded it rather than
when I roll it, exactly. So the fun stuff of me rolling it and getting it, that's the fun part, right? But me actually spending the stamina, it doesn't really change anything.
What do you mean? But then you didn't get that piece, right? That's
I
someone
get
else.
that piece because I would upgrade that piece. Because
No, bro, I'm telling you,
need to
relics
upgrade
and
it.
artifacts are all
Yes, bro.
predestined.
Yes,
The
bro.
second
It could
dropped,
be a
it already
double crit. It'll
destined.
be
No. It was already destined to be that. The second
Absolutely
it
not.
dropped. You hitting it didn't change anything. I'll bet if Bill Bob hit it, it would have been the same outcome.
Nope. If I did the upgrade, it would be a completely different upgrade
Wait,
from someone else doing the upgrade.
Using the account manager is like you having someone play League of Legends, but then in the last 5 minutes of the game, you log on and take over.
Yeah, you last hit the Nexus. And it's like,
Nah, because League of okay. Comparing this to League is ridiculous because League has early game, mid game, late game, and all of these phases it shapes the outcome of the battle. There's an equivalent of saying like
early game, mid game, late game, bro. You just play jungle.
It's the equivalent of
PvEing all day.
It's the equivalent of upgrade already from +2 to +12, and then you do the last +12 +15, right? Whereas every single stage of the relic it affects whether or not you roll yourself. So that is like the comparison in the League.
Okay, do you actually believe relics and artifacts aren't predestined the second that you obtain them?
Nope, absolutely not. It depends on every single specific point. It's not predestined.
Do you feel like if you do a viewer pool for someone else that you have more luck than they do?
Nope, it depends on hidden. I believe in hidden pity. So if I keep getting unlucky on my pools, I can pass on that luck to my viewers, which is why I always give them very, very good luck because I break my own account. Yep.
I feel this guy's just fucking lying.
No.
No, you're actually lying, bro. There's no way you believe that, bro.
As believe in hidden pity.
There's no way you believe that.
In life, there's always hidden pity.
No, I kind of agree with him. I believe there's gacha equilibrium, you know? Like all things balance out.
That's
When is it my
Absolutely.
turn to equalize?
That's called statistics. That's what statistics
You
are.
own a
man.
house. That's your equilibrium, bitch.
Yeah, my fucking taxes are a fifth of the cost of my house, so I'm not feeling very good.
Bob's like, yeah, this is unfair. You own a house. Has literally spent enough money to own a house. Just it's only his fault. Like purely.
It's not. It's
throwing
these
his money into a
predatory
fire.
gacha games making
Oh,
super
yeah.
FOMO. They're taking advantage of my
nothing I could
psychology.
do. There's nothing I could do. I'm a victim.
Bro, I'm telling you, they have like secret test lab that they literally have human test subjects.
They put
to
fobbits
test
in there
FOMO.
to find out
Exactly.
what you
And
want.
they find out the perfect formula to get people addicted to rolling, and they've done it.
No,
And I'm
That's
a-
up, Masters chat. Your whole chat is just a fucking science experiment, and you're the fucking experiment. You're the victim. Your whole chat, the entire thing has just been one big experiment this whole time.
Bro, do you guys ever like zone out and wonder if you're like in the what's that movie with the Jim Carrey?
The
where
Truman Show?
he's- Yeah, the Truman Show. You guys ever just zoom out, zone out of your life and like think as you look into other people's windows as they drive by or walk by? It's like, are they real? Like,
Bro, are you okay?
No, but like,
I think you're.
Not like, are other people sentient other than like you?
right? Yeah, exactly. Like,
Okay.
you know, maybe you're just in a simulation. Everybody's just like pretending like they're doing stuff. They're not actually doing anything meaningful, and they're just going through the acts to make sure that you're.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Like maybe Mr. Pokey doesn't have account managers. It just automatically gets done, right? Like he's part of the
Exactly.
system.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bob
Maybe
is-
Mr. Poke never went to Japan. He just disappeared for a little bit and then came back.
He logged
You will
out.
never know.
You logged out for.
I left the simulation, and now I'm back.
Damn, you came back. Big mistake, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
came
thinks
back
he's
for a
Neo.
mid live stream.
All right, good call, guys.
Yeah, good call, guys.
Yeah, good
call.
I had
I
fun.
should have been in bed 2 hours ago. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
and-
our
went
faults, by the
live-
way.
went live for 2 hours.
You can
That's a free 2
literally
hours.
leave
I woke
anytime
up
you
for
want.
the live stream. I can't believe.
No,
I
I didn't wake up. I just stayed up. I was just playing my dinosaur game, waiting for stream.
Oh my god.
That's
All right.
Good talk,
Goodbye.
everybody. And
Bye.
goodbye.
All right.
Good
Goodbye.
night.
Dennis for hosting.
Bye. Good night.
all right, later.
Later.